Good day everyone, I'm Eric Navarnabyong, your presenter for today's video. So for the continuation of our topic, I will discuss to you media and information literacy in the subject Educational Technology 222. So what is media literacy? Media literacy came from the two words media and literacy. Media is any communication outlet used to distribute information, entertainment, and data, while literacy is the ability to identify, interpret, understand, and communicate. Literacy skills include the ability to read, write, speak, and listen effectively. So what is media literacy? It is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and communicate informations in a variety of forms, including print and non-print message. It is also the ability to synthesize and produces mediated messages. So here are the examples of media literacy. So first of all, we have media, internet, television, radio, magazines, and newspapers. What are the impact of media literacy? So first, media is how we stay entertained, connected, and informed. So it has a huge impact on our lives. Statistics shows that Americans spend an average of 473 minutes each day consuming media. The average daily social media usage worldwide is 145 minutes per day. Young people in particular tend to spend large amount of time browsing social media apps each day. This can be incredibly dangerous for young minds as well. I'll discuss it shortly. So media messages versus media effects. Media is created to serve a purpose. Media messages are the intended information that creators wish to convey to push their goals, whatever that may be. While mass media can impact an audience's thoughts, attitudes, and behavior, often playing part in shaping modern culture. So why media literacy is important? Despite many positives, there are many risks and issues within the world of media. Without cautiousness and care, these risks can make media consumption potentially problematic. Media literacy allows us to question the intent of media and protect ourselves from any negative impacts of media. So some of the negative aspects of media consumed without media literacy. So first, we have fake news, media bias, mental health concerns, and internet and media access. So what are the media literacy skills? First, we have to analyze and evaluate media content. Second, create content. Third, act based on your knowledge. Fourth, how to become media literate. Fifth, educate yourself on media literacy. Six, practice your skills. So questions the media you consume. Here are some things you could ask yourself. What is the purpose of this content? Who is geared towards? It is targeted to a specific audience. How could this be interpreted by different audiences? And has this information come from a reliable source? And lastly, what if any information has been left out? The future of media literacy. So the way you approach media will depend on the way that is presented. So new media presents new opportunities and risks. For now, let's proceed to information literacy. So what is information literacy? So you can find words here. First, understanding, communicate, creating, and evaluate. So information literacy, it involves an understanding of how information is created, accessed, shared, and valued, and the abilities and mindset necessary to be able to locate, evaluate, use, and create information sources ethically and effectively. What are the need for information literacy? First, conceptual understanding. Next, habits of mind. And last, skills or practices. Okay, so let's proceed to core information literacy concepts. So first, we have authority is constructed and contextual. Next, information creation as a process. Information has value. Research as inquiry. Scholarship as conversation. Searching as strategic exploration. And information literacy learning bottlenecks. So bottlenecks are where are some students in a course may struggle, get stuck, be unable to complete required tasks, or move forward in their learning. This is in the Decoding and the Disciplines Middendorf and Baer 2019 book. So the information literacy related bottlenecks forms. So we have understanding expectations for research assignments, selecting search tools and search strategies, evaluating information sources, and using and citing sources ethically. So what are the teaching strategies and activities? So the following approaches provide an overview of some helpful strategies that you can use to help your students overcome information literacy related learning bottlenecks. So first, clarifying expectations for research assignments, teaching information searching, teaching source evaluation, strategies for teaching ethical information use. So what are the examples? First, we have two, comparing search tools activity. Have students locate information sources for a specific information need using multiple search tools. Another one, evaluating sources using lateral reading. Have students use lateral reading strategies to evaluate the credibility of one or more information sources. Next, interpreting a research or inquiry-based activity. Low-stakes activity to help students clarify expectation for a research or inquiry-based assignments. So that's all for my topic. Thank you for listening and watching.